The hardest single-player survival game is here, and trust me, you're gonna want to check this one out. On November 20th, the man that brought us PubG, Brendan Greene, is releasing a completely different style of game in the survival niche, and that is Prologue Go Wayback. Now, you may have seen some early test footage in this one, which admittedly was pretty much impossible to beat, but now things are tweaked and it is coming up remastered for the release on November 20th. Regardless, this game is set to offer some of the most punishing gameplay you've ever experienced in a single player survival game. Let me just tell you, if you're looking for a relaxing, chill game, this probably isn't gonna be it. This is gonna be stressful, it's gonna test your nerve, you're gonna be dying, you're gonna fall in a random spot after searching this massive map, and you're gonna have to reset. But for those of you who do enjoy a challenge and wanna get through something that not many people can do, and you enjoy survival games, I think you have to actually play this one. For the core gameplay experience, you start in a cabin and you need to make your way to a weather tower. The twist is every single run generates a completely new world using machine learning. This means the rivers could bend differently, valleys and slopes could be at new angles, there could be another cliff to fall off of, and cabin locations change each time you play. And to switch things up to make things even more challenging and interesting, instead of that mini map in the top corner that you've come to know, love, and trust, you now have to go way back and use a physical map and a compass to orienteer around. You'll need to match landmarks like river bends and valley slopes to figure out where you're heading, like an old school hiking trip. And if this wasn't hard enough, it is a survival game, so you do have to survive. That means you need to find water, whether it be drinking from rivers or finding water in fridges or bottles. You need to find food. They can be found like scavenging mushrooms or finding food in another cabin. Then you also have to stay warm. If it's snowing, it's gonna get cold, you can freeze to death. If you fall in the water, you can also freeze to death faster, so you gotta pay attention to that. And there's clothing and things in the cabin. Oh, and one thing that's gonna save you a ton of time in this game is realize how important the radio is. You might play without it and get absolutely blindsided by a weather storm that kills you almost instantly, but with that trusty radio, you get updates making your chances of survival even higher. So in terms of difficulty here, one of the biggest things to pay attention to is the weather. A blizzard can kill you in minutes, and there's also thunderstorms and acid rain, just to name a few. You definitely need to be paying attention to that body temperature meter. It is so crucial. And then of course, the food and water. For the survival loop, since the environment is so hostile, your strategy revolves around moving between cabins scattered across the map. These shelters are your lifeline since you get to rest and also avoid any weather. Cabins contain supplies like food, better gear, and backpacks that let you hold more things. Clothing provides temperature resistance, and your goal is to collect the best quality clothing and backpack in the cabin. And when you're in a cabin collecting all that gear, it's your perfect time to take refuge, take out the map, and plan the next best course of action. As for the upcoming launch, early access starts on November 20th, like we said above, and the upcoming version will add a save the game system, so you won't need to complete an entire run in a single attempt, which has honestly been one of the most frustrating features that we've seen from early feedback so far. There's going to be 3 modes in early access. The default Go Wayback, which is the objective of getting to the weather tower. Then the next one is Objective Survive, which removes the hiking aspect entirely and just challenges you to stay alive as long as possible with those limited resources. And finally, Free Roam, which is self-explanatory. You just have the opportunity to go check out the map. You will then also have the option to adjust weather intensity, control day and night cycles, so that should be able to tone down the difficulty if you find it too much. We should also soon see a map editor too, which will allow players to design their own rivers and lakes, and apparently even import PNG images to generate your custom maps. And as a cool feature, there'll also be map seeding, so you can share some with your friends. So as you can probably tell, this game definitely isn't for everyone, but if you do want to go for those fun, orienteering vibes, and of course, incredible challenge, this might just be the next game for you to try out on November 20th. For now though, if you enjoy discovering new games, definitely follow us at Funjible.games. On our Discovery platform, we have over 600 games. We also have project founder interviews, so you get to hear from the game developers themselves. There's also non-biased community reviews, so if you want to know people's honest thoughts on a game, you can check it out there. And then of course, breaking news. And finally, if you've enjoyed this video on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe, hit the like, and we'll see you in the next video.